So it's about time to go to the Gambler 500 again, and the Ute is almost ready to go. This was going to just be parts for the Ute. It's had a rough life. We jumped it a bunch of times, and then we decided we should take both. It still runs. So, you know, obviously we can't go to Gambler with these dinky little 15-inch Steelies. We would have taken the Jag to Gambler again, but we haven't put a new engine in it yet. So we're just gonna throw these 31-inch Falcons on this Beamer and send it to Gambler. We're also gonna strip off literally everything we can strip off, and just, you know, send it as a Beamer cart.
Oh, fantastic. Scraping the whole way.
Well, you know, 3 flat tires.
The ground clearance is optimal. It's 1/5. Sounds like a helicopter, so they definitely broke the exhaust at some point, and we should try to fix it.
Yes, we don't want to drive 1,000 miles with it sounding like that.
Nope.
We're gonna take a quick break from the convertible to talk about the sponsor of this video, Audible. Now, Audible is one of my favorite sponsors. I use it every single day. I use it commuting to work, when I'm cooking in the kitchen, when I'm going for runs. It's just the best way for me to learn while I'm doing other things. And it's a really nice break for your eyes, taking a break from the screen too. Stay entertained, keep learning, but not having to stare at a screen all day, because a lot of us do that for work in the first place. In an effort to help people during these unprecedented times, Audible released a new site called stories.audible.com, and here they have a bunch of educational content, fun stories for the whole family, and just things that you can listen to, keep your kids engaged while they're not in school. And I think it's a really cool initiative, and you guys should definitely check it out. Now, Audible has thousands of books of every kind of genre, but they also have Audible originals. Right now, I'm listening to Nut Jobs, and it's about this crazy almond heist that happened in California. Millions and millions of dollars of products stolen, and it's super interesting. I'd highly recommend it. So to get your first month free with Audible, go to audible.com/GHPC or text GHPC to 500 500. That's audible.com/GHPC or text it to 500 500. You'll get your first month for free. I think you'll really enjoy these books and the Audible originals. They just keep getting better. Now let's get back to building this convertible.
Putting the old Brute Force 750 to work. got 4 plates made here for the strut spacers. Just got to round out the bolt holes a tiny bit more to get them to fit, but those will go there. So 1 on each end of this pipe. And of course, got this pipe, piece of, I don't know, 3-inch pipe. So I'll just weld that like so. And then
oh yeah,
we'll have some 5-inch strut spacers.
that ought to do it, right?
Yeah. Which is not a 5-inch lift from factory because these are shorter than the factory struts, but it should be enough. Also, it's just about as much, I just held this in here, and it's just about as much as you can get with the suspension traveled all the way down, so.
Maximum lift.
Enough. Yeah.
Sweet.
Through the morning fog, and her eyes whisper words that her mouth cannot. Keen for the purpose of finding one thing, that feeling you get when you suddenly know everything. Bring me to life, my eyes are open, my thoughts alive. This moment got caught up in this endless night. We're in this moment got caught up in this endless night. Don't you wait for me. Don't you wait for me. Don't you?
I really thought that the front was going to be the harder end to get these to fit. Turns out it's not. The rear is a big pain as well. So we made this spacer here for the top of the spring so that it just, you know, pushes it down a little farther. It doesn't actually have more down travel because of the struts, but it has 2 inches more preload, so that'll effectively make the ride height 2 inches higher. And then the real problem here is this clearance at the front. You can see I've beat the crap out of it with a hammer, and I've got it beat back as far as I can. And this bolt that holds the end of the control arm here is in the way, so I'm gonna cut it at an angle, and it'll just barely clear. Beamer monster car.
Beamer monster car. All right, that's a pretty good name.
Yeah, I don't know what else to call it. It's not a truck, so you know, it's a.
We'll have the Beamer truck and the Beamer not a truck.
Exactly. Yeah. Probably the first time a Beamer has had 31's on it.
There's a healthy amount of fender missing back here, but
yeah. I still have to weld this back together and polish it up a little bit, but
polish it, buff.
Yeah,
buff that out.
You know, grind it smooth so you don't slice yourself open on it. Is really what I mean. But you know, right here, as you can see, it's essentially zero clearance. So, you know, when I weld that back together, I'll tap it in as much as possible, but it doesn't rub meaningfully. In other words,
Meaningfully.
anywhere that it rubs, it'll, you know, wear itself in pretty quickly.
And the Jag already did a number on these tires, so we'll just do one more number and take a little more off that.
I don't think traction's going to be our issue. I think power. It's going to be underpowered with these gigantic tires. Time to break out the one-handed basher for some detail work.
We are currently illegal in the state of Idaho. And now it's legal. Gotta love Idaho road laws.
Little shark fins?
Yeah! Anti-roll bar.
The plan is take it for a brief test drive to see what our clearance is like on the tires. We don't have coolant in the engine right now, so it'll be very brief. Reasonably sharp, too.
It still sounds pretty scrapey, but I think that's part of the gambler.
So we're weighing most of the stuff we took off this Beamer, minus like the doors and the hood and the fenders, which we use for the Ute. So this is just stuff from the inside, the engine bay, and then obviously the top, and yeah, some brackets and whatnot. We'll see what we're at. 260 pounds.
Plus the
255
doors
when it's
and the
settled.
hood.
Well, that's like two of us, just about.
Two of us or one normal person.
Yeah, not quite.
That's
Well,
a fair amount of weight.
if you count the doors and hood, it's definitely two of us.
Yes, oh certainly, yeah. No, the hood's pretty heavy alone. Like we probably double this. I'd have to add the back bumper.
265.
That's a 10-pound bumper right
Yeah.
there. We're pretty much ready as far as it would go right now, but what we want to do is we're just checking for some coolant leaks, and then we were going to take out the diff and weld that. So that's just a bonus. We just have enough time and we're like, why not, right? We need more drifting.
Yeah.
So that's it. We'll just pull that out, weld it, put it back, and then focus on the Ute, and we should be able to finish that today too. So Edwin's working on some really important stuff right now.
Found the radio code, seeing if we can get some jams on the way to the gambler. And you just hit.
Oh, that's something, right? Gotta tune it.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
On the road again.
And we have one of the front door speakers. Just let that magnet itself on there. We'll be in business. So on 31s, you don't even need jack stands to do a diff removal. You can just crawl on under and have optimum room to drop this thing out.
Not a common thing on a convertible.
Not at all. So the diff drain bolt is like a large Allen key, and so that was already made, but it doesn't fit into the fill plugs, so Ethan tacked on this uniquely shaped wrench, and this should do the trick. Just barely sneaks in there.
Yeah, but it does it.
I think so.
She does the trick.
Well, it's really only catching when you turn really sharp that way, which is fantastic. And it's got all of the grip, so you'll start losing traction. Then once you catch traction, it's like, here we go.
How's the temp?
The temp's perfect. Yeah.
How cool is it that this old Beamer has enough power to drift on 31s?
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So I think we should try the hill climb now and really test the temp.
I think that's it. If it can make it over the hill climb, it can make it to Gambler.
Then it's ready to go.
So the weekend that we destroyed this originally, I was jumping it, and trying to make it up this hill climb is what finished it off. So let's see if it has it. Wow, Sam's throwing on the seatbelt for this one. He's not really a seatbelt wearing kind of guy. I guess when you don't have doors, it's even more important. I bet he caught air off the top of that. So Sam's got the diff welded, coolant all topped off. It's time for the final test drive to see if we're ready for Gambler. Yeah. You're doing it right this time.
Starting with traction control off. So you look at the camera on the 361 anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. Get it.
That's too narrow for us too, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I can do a little push on the back, we might be able to get it. There's no weight on the back of that thing. The front's stuck in mud and it's just not going anywhere. That's the moral of the story.
So it didn't go well. The moral is it looks like a truck, but it's not a truck. I think the Tacoma would have no problem making it through there.
Yeah, two-wheel drive.
Yeah, in two-wheel drive, yeah. It pulled it out and like it didn't even get out of clutch burn. It was like no power to hold the Beamer out.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you follow us on Instagram, you probably know that our content got a little bit behind. We got so much done in the week coming up to Gambler that we're gonna have, well, this video, then finishing the BMW, and then taking them both to Gambler. We got the Hurricane tuned. So those are gonna be the next 3 big videos, and then we're gonna paint the Hurricane. We're actually working on that right now. So the whole Jeep series will be finished very shortly, and then we're off to the 2J mower. So Stay tuned, it's all coming up really soon. And we have new merch available in the store, and every $5 spent in our store gets you an entry to win $2,000 and the welder we started the whole channel with, so the link will be in the description for that below. And thanks for watching.